and welcome to another Moody Story Time. If this is your first Moody Story Time, let me introduce us. I am Jen, and this is Moody. And Moody is a buddy to help with those big feelings when you need to just get them out. And how does Moody do that? Well, they are a pull-apart monster. You can rip off their head and throw it across the room. You can pull off their arms and legs and bang them against the furniture. And when you're all done, you can sit down with a parent or a caregiver and talk about what happened. What can we do next time so that you can better cope with these big feelings? So that's who we are. And we are reading a book today called Ricky, the Rock That Couldn't Roll. And this is by Mr. J. Let's get into it. Okay. Woo! Look at all the rocks. Oh my goodness. Let's start. Over the lake and out past the bay was a green grassy hill where the rocks came to play. They would race to the top to take in the view, then roll their way down the way rocks love to do. There they are going down the hill. What's next? Ooh, look at the big rock. There were Kip, Pip, and Chester, and Marvin the Boulder. Ignatius played too, though he was much older. And a group called the Pebbles never ever sat still, zigzagging their way up and over the hill. There they go. Look at all the pebbles. It says the pebble there, and this is Marvin. Let's see, who's this? This is Ignatius. This is Kip. This is Pip. This is Chester. Let's see what's next. Oh, there's many more. Kai was a meteorite and not from this planet. And Maya was lava, but taken for granite. How do you do? Make a tissue dance. Oh, seriously? There's Maya. There's Stu. That's Parker. And this is Ebert. And Ebert has a ladybug. Stu was the smart one. Parker the clown. And grumpy old Ebert rolled round with a frown. Oh my goodness, Ebert does have a frown on. So this is Hud. This is Emma. This is Gabby. And this is Leslie. You put a boogie in it. So let's do it. Say, how do you make a tissue dance? Seriously? You put a little boogie in it. Ah, that's funny. Oh, they're all having so much fun rolling around. But the one trait that seemed to be shared by them all was that every rock there was shaped like a ball. And because they were round, they could easily roll through the grass, past the lake, and up over the knoll. They're all rolling. Even Ignatius. Everyone, except for poor Ricky, who quietly sat. You see, Rick couldn't roll because one side was flat. Oh no. What part of this is supposed to be fun? I guess he's just a grumpy rock, huh? His friends didn't get it. Come roll, they would chant. So Ricky tried, but replied, I'm sorry, I can't. Oh no. But the rocks were determined. They were sure they could solve Ricky's flat side problem and help him revolve. So Marvin the Boulder, with his impressive physique, carried Rick all the way to the hill's grassy peak. Oh, so they picked him up and walked him down. Then he pushed him downhill, yelling, keep rolling, kid. But Rick didn't roll. He just kind of slid. This feels like a bad idea. Well, the rocks weren't done, not by a mile. Surely this next try would get Rick to smile. They stuck rubber balls all over Rick, using big gobs of glue to get them to stick. They were proud of themselves. "This will work," they announced. Ooh, no good, no good, no good. But Ricky still couldn't roll. Now he just sort of bounced. Ooh, he doesn't like bouncing. Look at all of those rubber balls all over him. Well, they pushed and they pulled, trying every which way to get Rick to roll. But by the end of the day, nothing had worked. Just little Rick expected. And he ended up feeling depressed and dejected. There he is. "It's no use," Ricky sighed. "There just isn't a way. So I'll sit off to the side and watch you all play." But his friends wouldn't quit. "We're here for you, brother, and we'll get you to roll one way or another." So they pondered and thought, each straining his brain, till they looked up and saw it was starting to rain. And that's when it hit that smart stone named Stu. "Eureka!" he shouted. "I know just what to do." He explained to them how they would get Rick to tumble. "My plan is pure genius." Stu wasn't too humble. So they carried our hero down the road, about a mile, to the lake where they gathered up mud they could pile. On the flat side of Rick, creating a mound that they shaped, smoothed, and sculpted until it was round. Maybe this'll work. Then after the rain, with the sun in the sky, they left him to bake till the mud was all dry. They gathered up vines and one colorful feather that they wrapped all round Rick to keep it together. Does anyone have a towel? Ooh, looks like the others are all wet. Let's see. Oh, look at that feather. It's so colorful. Let's see. Does Rick like it? When the last knot was tied and the work was all done, the only step left was for Rick to have fun. They stood back and watched, feeling nervous and tense, as Rick breathed in deep with increasing suspense. He moved slowly at first, testing out his new mold. And then, for the first time, what's going to happen? Ricky the Rock rolled! Look at how happy Ricky is! Started to roll. So Bria, the ladybug, who'd been there from the start, felt a surge of pure joy swell up in her heart. She thought, as she watched her friends play on the hill, that there's always a way if there's also a will. And she said to herself, as Ricky rolled down the slope, "When you're surrounded by love, you always have hope." Oh, Rick is still rolling. Oh, yay. Let's see. "Do you want Mr. J to read to your school? Ask your teacher or principal to email him at mileski@gmail.com. And that is the end of the book. Ricky finally got to roll because his friends were determined to help him to get to where they usually get, and that is to be round and be able to roll down that hill. I hope you enjoyed the book, and we will see you again soon. Bye.